Good evening. Welcome to WTF. That stands for With Tracy and Friends. I'm Tracy Brannigan, and this is my friend, John DeNITO.
Good evening.
Actually, my little brother, even though I look much younger.
You do.
Just kidding. Today is Wednesday, November 11th. No, November 8th. I'm
Jeez.
sorry.
3
November
days off.
8th is bad enough. November 8th,
One day either way.
2023.
Yeah, jeez.
And this is the most fun you can have on a Wednesday night with your clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up, little brother?
Not much. Just thanks for having me on tonight to join you.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah. I was just thinking when the intro music was on, kind of bopping around a little bit.
It is a bop, our intro music,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's a
banger.
vibe.
Absolutely.
It's a banger.
And it got me thinking of, we went to a good friend's wedding a couple weekends ago, Halloween weekend.
Very cool. How was it?
It was a lot of fun. I was in the wedding party,
You were the officiant, were you not?
and I was also the officiant.
It's becoming a
Officiant.
whole thing for you. Like you've started officiating multiple weddings, and
Yes.
like you're authorizing documents like it's clergy.
Yes,
I hear.
I'm absolutely signing off on. But yes, and so I did look into.
Do you have the clergy parking pass?
It is available, but I have not bought that yet. Because the only place I remember having a spot for that is the old St. Francis Hospital,
Oh, well.
right? But,
Closed.
Yeah.
Canceled.
So I don't know where that would be advantageous to me, but I have looked into in very early stages of starting a business, of being an officiant, and it's wild, and the money that people are charging for this is
Like,
ridiculous.
what do they charge?
So there's one I looked, I contacted because like at very early stages, and it was a sponsored ad, and I knew what it was, but with a popular wedding resource website to be a vendor.
Right. Okay.
And so I was talking with a woman from there, and she's like, tell me what the offer, like on the website, you build my site and what everything I can do, and then searchable and findable, your location. And she sent me a profile of someone in the area, like Central Jersey. And this woman, I mean, an amazing looking site and her services. And it was like the full package is like $1,000.
What's in the full package? What is somebody paying $1,000 for? Tell us.
So it was custom vows.
Like she writes your vows for you?
Yes, I'm assuming so.
Okay.
And I guess, running it by or getting input from the bride and groom on what you once said. So
Okay.
whatever you want me to say. Because I guess you have a boilerplate thing that you can use. But, given the option,
Well,
sure,
like,
let's choose.
I think like they mean like by custom vows, like the whole ceremony, like you have officiated for people that you know. So you've personalized it, like the whole service, I
Yes.
guess you would call it. Is that
Yes.
what they mean?
No, that's just the vows.
Okay,
The
the, like, I-
take you,
yeah.
right? Just that part. Because then there's the, like, an hour consultation, like a remote consultation.
Yeah, like
which
tell me about yourselves. How did you
Exactly.
meet? The whole thing, get the whole background.
So I can personalize at least the sermon part of it, right?
Okay.
Give a little personal touch in there. The rehearsal, like being present at the rehearsal dinner.
Right.
So you go through like who, and I guess the ceremony steps, like the procession line, what order people go in.
Oh,
And,
okay.
coming in, coming out, kind of, and it was borderline, just from the and brief description of things, but borderline like a wedding planner, at least ceremony planner, which kind of makes sense because, we used to have weddings in the Catholic Church, and the priest would be in there, like, here's what's happening. You just go in, and, I'm sure the bride had an idea, but it's like,
Correct.
here's what we do. Doing these weddings, they're not in a church, they're in a venue. The venue probably has an idea, but they're not going to tell the bride what to do.
Right. So you need somebody
So-
to like take control and
Right, someone that they're
this
paying.
is how it's gonna go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And honestly, there weren't a lot more things that I didn't do.
Yeah.
And I'm not to that level with that experience, but I'm like, I do like 7 of these 8 things that she has listed.
Wow.
And then she has like and the weird part was, it was like up to 200 or 300 guests, I guess, in this site. And there was like a pared down package up to 25 guests. Was like the bare bones one, which was still like $400. Like, why does it matter how many guests are there? I'm still going to say the same thing. I don't have to speak louder. I'm going to have a microphone.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know what
So
that
that was
would...
the odd part, but it was a lot of money.
That is a lot of money, and that's like a cash cow business.
Yeah. No,
you
she
know?
did. Again, a very professional site. I mean, it looked beautiful.
We could do that. We could make a professional site.
And she had like a little profile, a little bio thing on herself as the owner, minister. She also had like a social media person listed there, picture and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what there was a third person, some kind of coordinator. But so it's a 3-person operation, 2 behind the scenes. But I guess she's doing great business and volume to need that support. But they need to get paid too.
That is very cool, though. You think $1,000, but I'm surprised there's that big of a market for it. Like, I would think most people would seek an officiant that they know, so it's personal. But I guess a lot of people,
if you don't know someone,
exactly. There's a lot
and-
of people that don't know
right?
somebody.
This was the 3rd wedding that I did.
So you're becoming a pro.
2 in the last couple of months, yeah, and it's all family. And another friend was like, "Oh, my sister's getting married, next spring. I'll mention her to you." So
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
yeah.
I'm a little jealous. I think I would I think that would be fun. We could work together. We could, I could cover you on the weekend. You can't make it or something, so you don't have to turn in the job.
Absolutely.
I could be like your fill-in.
Perfect.
It's like if you're traveling or something.
Yeah. Multiple.
But it
bookings
is
on the
a
weekends.
time commitment because you have to do the rehearsal and the actual day.
Yeah, but if you think of it, like the rehearsal itself, not even an hour.
Right,
they
but
wanna invite me for
mean,
dinner, sure, right,
nobody has a wedding close by. God forbid. It's always in another damn town. You know what I
True.
mean? Like, I think you'd have to charge for mileage. When is the last time you've been to a wedding anywhere local
That
to
is true.
where the people live? Never,
Right.
never. I'm that 1985 at the Roman Hall.
Right.
Those times are gone.
Exactly. You're not like going through the burg 10 minutes. We'll be there.
There
We're
was a
from
time
church.
where I had never been to a wedding at any other place. I was well into my 20s at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Never
just the
any
Roman
other
Hall.
place. That was it. Everybody got married
Funeral
there.
luncheons and weddings. Same
Yeah,
hall,
yeah,
same
yeah.
menu. Delicious.
Oh gosh, so funny. Anyway, have you been to the new? Oh wait. Before I get into
Yes.
all right. I think you should pursue that. That's awesome. Everybody needs a side gig. I think,
Yeah.
in this economy, especially.
Especially, and also a little something different. Keep out
Yeah,
of the
something
routine.
fun
Nothing wrong with the
that's-
routine. It's good to have a routine.
A routine is good. We like a
but-
routine.
Yes, but break out of it a little bit.
Yeah. You might get
place.
so busy with it that you're like, oh my God, I'm working every weekend.
Right.
And you might get to the point where you could quit your full-time job
Oh my God.
and work for yourself. I mean, that's living the dream right there.
Your lips to a non-denominational God's mouth, ears.
That's right. What clergy, what establishment are you registered with? The International?
No, the Universal Life Church.
Okay. I think I'm the Church of Universal Wisdom.
Oh,
I
look
think
at you.
that's my church.
Nice.
Anyway, have you been to Hamalate
Not
on
yet.
Route 33 in Hamilton? You must go. I don't know if you caught the show last week, but friend of the show, Adam Elias, is the owner operator.
I heard
of,
about that show.
Hamalate. It
Yes.
is so phenomenal. I'm telling you, run, do not walk to Hamalate. And if you haven't been yet and you're in the area, you have to check it out. It's so cool. And I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to say I'm a Starbucks girl. I used to love Dunkin'.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about that.
Dunkin', no, I don't know. I am embarrassed to say I'm a Starbucks girl. I used to love Dunkin', hate Starbucks, but every time you go, it tastes different. It's terrible. I know if I go to Starbucks, then my drink is going to taste exactly the same every time.
Except for there's one location, not my favorite.
Of
Very
Starbucks?
inconsistency. Yes.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm going to say it out here, but can I?
why?
Yeah.
Why not? What are they going
All
to do?
right.
Are
The
they
one
gonna-
by
they
the
gonna
old
come for us?
Kmart on Whitehorse.
Oh, really?
Very inconsistent with drinks, and even
Okay.
different kinds of drinks. Sometimes it's kind of watered down, and their coffee is super strong. That's why I love it. Strong tasting.
Yeah.
And but watered down, never too sweet, but just off. And when you know
Oh,
it's
I just
something-
find that like when I mean, I have my same order, and it always tastes the same. Like you can't
Right.
how do you get it wrong? But I will say, like, I don't go often. Like, some people go every day. That's ridiculous. I very much like to make my coffee at home in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I have my whole little routine, and I'm actually like becoming a little coffee snob. Hate to say it.
Yeah,
But-
I'm there already.
Have a latte is so great. It's like a little cafe. So they have like fresh pastries and stuff. The drink menu is amazing. Very kind of creative drinks. Adam Elias brought in last week the cinnamon toast crunch iced latte. You would love it. It's
Okay.
phenomenal. I went last week. I stopped in and I got a iced pistachio latte. I love pistachio. I'm a pistachio
Nice.
nut. Pun
There
intended.
it
Ba-dum-bum. See what I did there? I just love a pistachio, anything. But it was so good. But it's really a cool place. They are already like giving back to the community. They do a lot of the
Oh.
dine and donate kind of things.
Oh, nice.
They built this huge patio out back. So when the weather's nice, I mean, they're going to be doing like live entertainment. It's like a place to hang.
See, and that's I would love that. I'm sure.
Yeah, like it's a place to hang out. Like, I don't know. I feel like you don't really want to hang out in Starbucks.
No, they try. You know, comfy couches, some
They
chairs.
try, but
but
like,
it's not-
there's always like creepy people in there, like
Yes.
working. I
Right.
know you're not working. What are you doing in there? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Writing
Anyway,
my manuscript.
writing a manuscript. Have a latte is like a vibe. It's just a vibe in there. It's
Okay.
really a cool place. Adam told me that he's got now a lot of the Fred and Pete's deli guys, like the old guys that would
yes.
hang out in front of like Fred and Pete's, like our dad.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. But yeah, like he would hang out there. Like it's like a place to hang.
Right.
You know, like you go in there and you're gonna see somebody you know.
Yeah.
And they do like chess tournament days, like live music, open mic nights, like it's just like a fun kind of place. And there's nowhere for our kids to like hang out or do anything,
Right.
you know, like I don't know. I think it's going to do really well there. I can't wait to go back and try some of the other drinks. They have so many like creative,
I'll have to
delicious
check it out. And
kind
I'm
of
right.
things.
It's right down the street from us. So.
Check it out. Yeah. Also, on the pistachio note, last week we also went to Spigola, the restaurant
Oh,
Spigola,
yes.
where I had the most amazing pistachio martini.
Oh,
Oh, do you like pistachio?
I do.
I love pistachio nuts too. But
Yes.
like pistachio flavor is not pistachio. Like what flavor is pistachio?
I don't know because like the old school pistachio ice cream, right? I don't know if it had chunks of nuts. As growing up, I never liked peanuts, any kind of nuts,
Right.
and it just tasted nasty. But then I ate like an actual pistachio like in my 20s, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. But the drinks like the Starbucks has a pistachio latte.
I don't know because they never have it when I get so it's
So-
sold out. That's the problem. Sorry, everything's sold out.
Yes. So it's very good. It's like a generic, like earthy, nutty flavor.
Earthy, nutty.
A bit nutty.
Nutty.
And actually, go back to the coffee snob. So I've got my little bean grinder, and I've got.
Oh, you grind your beans?
yeah.
Okay.
And I've got
all
a
right.
shelf of 3 different syrups, flavored syrups.
Okay.
And one of my first purchases was pistachio,
Oh.
and it's delicious. It's just a very like earthy, definitely a wintry, fall flavor.
Okay. I like it all year. I just love pistachio.
It's delicious.
Now, what kind of like coffee? I'm looking for a coffee.
So I like stronger tasting coffees.
Me too.
So like the dark roast, and I found a brand online, Mayorga. They're on Amazon, and they have like a Cuban roast coffee. They have a few different brands, like roasts and flavor profiles. Last winter, I got like a winter blend, winter roast, all delicious stuff. So I like that kind of not super upscale stuff, but kind of middle of the road. But even from Lidl, grocery store.
Yeah.
They sell beans and ground coffee.
Right.
But they have like a French roast or Italian roast, so a nice dark flavor in the whole beans that I can grind. And I try to always keep a couple of bags of those in the pantry, just as a fallback. They're delicious in their own right. But,
Yeah. I think I need a coffee bean grinder. I think I need to grind my own beans.
Yeah.
Haley got me a subscription of this mail order company, misto.com, and you can try all these different coffees.
Ooh.
So I have been trying. It's funny, the descriptions. The whole thing is so pretentious. It's actually annoying.
It is.
But I really am on the search to find like a great coffee that I love that I could drink black.
Yes. So I had one, Kona, straight Kona coffee beans. But there was some like parasite infestation
Oh God!
in the farms in Hawaii. And so it's
Poor
like killing
Hawaii.
the
What's
crop.
going
I
on
know. And
there?
this was a while ago. Now, like, there's Kona blends, which, I mean, again, I'm a snob, so I'm just going for the straight. So it's kind of coming back, but it is pricier.
You've had me at Parasite. I'm
But,
done. Immediately no.
No, they're fine.
Now I'm
They're fine
itchy.
now.
Thanks.
Oh, stop. Oh, Jesus.
Parasites in my
But
coffee. I got enough
but
problems.
that's the good, nice dark roast coffee. And got a French press
Okay.
with that.
You
It's
are a
delicious.
coffee snob. I thought I was a
Yeah.
coffee snob. I've been trying like every different brand of coffee, like just trying to find like the one I love.
Yeah. And even like in the grocery store, like 8 o'clock coffee.
8 o'clock, yeah.
Very nice. They're French roast or Manhattan, something. There.
Oh my God.
What was that?
I don't know.
Animal? Mineral?
Oh my God. I don't know what that was.
Okay, just a green screen phone. We're okay.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
It
yeah, that
sounded
little
like,
bowl.
I don't know. I think the worst.
Scurrying.
Shut up. If it's like a rodent of some sort that fell
No.
out of the ceiling tile,
It's not that
I
big at
would
all.
lose my mind live on air. Hey, now I'm all nervous looking around. I've got my feet up. Oh, Jesus.
I think we're okay.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
See? Have faith.
God,
Stop looking around.
I can't.
So 8 o'clock coffee, their dark roast, very, very good.
I do agree. I
It's
do like
delicious.
8 o'clock coffee. So I'm not convinced that that's the one yet. I'm still on the quest. So I'll be trying different things.
Absolutely. You have to. You gotta
All
be happy
right.
with it.
Now, did you vote yesterday?
Of course.
Of course you did. Of
Yes.
course you did our civic duty.
Yes.
That's right.
Duty.
What did you think of what did you think of the process? Because it's a new process this year. How was your experience voting?
The experience was fine. A little, I guess nothing went wrong. I don't know why they changed it from last year. Last year kind of seemed archaic, actually, so I guess it does make sense. Where like, here's this paper, and like I felt like I was in like Soviet Union. Like, take it over here, and you have this little folder to cover it. I'm like peeking around. I'm like, I'm just voting.
That's right. And you have to color it in.
Yeah, and then you put it in this machine, and it takes the paper, leaves the cardboard. It just seemed weird. So this year was better, where, it printed out the exact same thing, but with the touch screen, you check it. I like that it looked exactly like the sample ballot, so people don't get confused, right? Because you see the
Because
sample ballot.
everything confuses people.
It does, and I get like people don't read everything, but you're there to vote. Fucking read the extra couple of words, like it's a big decision.
Correct.
So, yeah, but
You
people
might want to
don't
do your
that.
homework on it.
Exactly, and I always look at the sample ballot when it comes in. I'm a kind of a voting nerd, but I'll just see who's on there because I don't always see, especially more local elections, kind of know who I'm going to vote for, but I don't know exactly who is running sometimes.
Right. You got to research it. I
Right.
guess I'm an election nerd too.
Yeah, and then I actually looked up the Board of Education in Hamilton Township had 3 spots open, and I know because I saw it last year, the Hamilton Post. They do every year. They do a great article. They interview the candidates. Some basic questions about that, and I'd like to hear the responses because they're bipartisan or nonpartisan officially. They have blocked off in recent years and kind of
I feel like Everything in life now is partisan. It's really sad.
Yeah, I saw.
Everything is partisan.
It is,
Like it or not.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
I saw it was a piece, I don't know if it was 60 Minutes or some news where this is happening all over the country, where boards of education are not political as far as party lines, but it's unofficially becoming that way, where.
Well, it's a stepping stone to another office.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's where parties of either side can put in their, thought process and people that support their side in there unofficially.
Right.
But it's.
Well, to disconnect that, maybe they shouldn't have the election for the school board on election day.
Right. Make it in
Separate
like
it.
February, like the fire commissioner election.
Well,
right?
I
Like-
think they probably found that nobody voted
Well,
for those.
yeah.
I don't know what the answer is, but it's definitely everything is partisan anymore. It's really sad,
It is.
outrageous. Anyway, I don't want to get into politics too much, but I just want to tell you about my voting experience. And I know they're all volunteers, but where I had to go to vote, they were all older, a lot older. And I think the technology was difficult for them.
Okay, yeah.
So they struggled a little bit with that. Then, like, the little curtain didn't close.
Oh, okay.
It should close, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then you have to, like, take the printed out thing and then put it in the whatever, the reader, I don't
Paper
know, the
shredder.
scanner. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Wait,
like,
I
this looks
said,
scary.
is this the shredder? And they got very offended. They did not like that at
Oh,
all.
Yeah. Not much sense of humor.
No, they take it
Yeah.
very seriously. But I thought it was funny. I just think particularly, and I think a lot of people have just kind of lost faith in the whole system. It's like it is 2023. And the fact that we don't know the results on election night, it's outrageous to me.
Yeah.
I mean, this mail-in ballot business has to stop. You have to cut it off like a week before. You can't, it's postmarked
Can't be
until election
that
day.
day.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That is. Yeah, it's definitely throwing a wrench into just the timing
That's what
of
I
it.
mean. Like,
I
but there's
understand
so
the need
much-
for it, but have it early. And it's right. It
Have a
used to be
deadline.
called an absentee ballot. I'll be out of
Exactly.
town, I'm in the hospital, whatever the case
Go
is.
back to that, and I mean, would a little photo ID kill you? I don't know. Call me crazy. I mean, you need ID for everything else in life.
It is odd
Yeah, a little.
for identification, and I know there's some. Brought up with a friend of mine, and he brought up some good points as to why it's not necessary, and that's a whole different conversation. That could be a different show, but I'm kind of with you. Like, show something
There's no good reason. I'm sorry.
because I can be anyone.
Everybody's got ID. Like, if you want to exist in this society, you have ID, you have a digital footprint. I mean, if not, you're off the grid. I
Right.
mean, and how many people are off the grid? Nobody.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. All right, yeah, that's a conversation for another day. That is definitely political.
But I did have the thought about the more mature volunteers, and they're not volunteers, by the way. They get paid.
Do they get paid?
Yes, there's billboards and like posters.
Oh.
I want to do it one year, just not just
You're
to
an
get
election
paid.
nerd.
But yes, exactly. But I was thinking like, well, back in the day, when we used to go to, and there was little old ladies and men working the booths.
Yeah.
And they'd have the big book, and you'd see there, and they'd turn it around, they'd
That's
find you in
right,
there, right?
yeah.
And I was looking at this, the lady's flipping tablets back and forth. Is this you who signed here? Here's a card, like a hotel. She's charging up a card. I'm like, they must have out moved these old folks to do that. But I guess where you're
Not at
voting,
my polling
place, it was-
location. Yeah, it was
they were up
an
in the
older,
average age.
an older crew, and they were struggling a little bit with them with the technology.
Yeah,
But
and it's a lot. Like it's a lot more steps involved.
I know.
Overall,
I
compared to what it
just-
used to be. It's not rocket science, but
it's not rocket science, and the technology that we have now, like the blockchain. Like, why are we not using blockchain technology? Like, once it's on the blockchain, it can't disappear or go away. Like, that would prevent a lot of fraud, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should look into that. I could be a voting machine developer on the blockchain.
there you go.
Ah, such lofty goals. Like, I don't have enough going on right now.
Right. Start marrying people, blockchaining.
I
votes.
know. Like, I just like to do, like, different things. I like to do everything.
Yeah, let's try things at least.
I,
At
yeah,
least.
I like to dabble. I'm a
Yeah.
dabbler,
Me too. It's like we're related.
right? That's so funny. So, daylight savings time, that's another, a whole nother thing. That's killing me. I'm like a toddler. I'm in toddler mode. I am so affected by the time change. I
it
cannot
that
get rid of
bad?
it. I am getting up at 5 a.m. and I want to go to bed at 7 p.m. Like, and I need a nap in the afternoon or I'm cranky as hell.
Wow, yeah. It's very toddler-like.
I know. I said I am exactly like a toddler. I don't know why it affects me so much.
It's just human nature.
It's just really mucking up my
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Right, because you have a routine, and on the weekends, it was like, oh, I didn't set my alarm, but I'm still up the same time. Well, because
I was
5
up at
days at a
5
time,
a.m..
right, and your body doesn't know the time changed.
The whole house cleaned top to bottom, like by 9 a.m. I thought it was 10. It was 10:15. I said, "Oh, Bob, you better go. You got an appointment at 10:30." And he's like, "It's only 9." I was like, "Oh, the
Were
one
you
clock
looking at
that
the
doesn't
microwave?
set the stove."
Oh,
Well, that and the microwave and the car don't set themselves are the only ones. So that got me. Then he got me. He was like being nice, did me a favor and changed the clock in my car. But when I was out for the day on Monday, I was like out and about for work and I knew I didn't change it. I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's an hour fast. Cut to the moment I discovered that he turned it back and I was now running an hour late for my appointments for the whole day. But yeah, that happens.
that's funny. Like time change, and we're gonna. Well, you should be early. No. Listen to
Exactly.
this.
Yeah,
Listen to
you're
this.
never gonna believe this, but true story. And then that also triggers the seasonal depression.
Yeah.
I mean, that is such a real thing. I
It is.
cannot take the cold, and it's dark at 5 o'clock. I get home and I just want to get in pajamas and go to bed. Hence the pajamas that I'm wearing now.
See, it doesn't.
I just want to go to bed.
I had that feeling like it's dark, and I think it's later than it is. I don't usually, and yes, I could go to bed, but I'm not like wiped out, so it doesn't affect me that much. And I like the cold weather, so I'm not as impacted as it sounds like you are, and I know some other people are.
It kills
But
me.
it is depressing when like you're at your desk and you're like, oh, it's 4:30. Like, gotta get home. You're like, it's dark already. Like, am I late? And it's just, and even like in January, you just like sometimes it just catches you off guard, and you're like, this is awful.
I know. I need to get one of those sunlight lamps. I think I say
Yes.
that every year. I think for like 30 years I've been saying this. I think I am going to invest in one.
They say it helps.
Yeah.
Keeps that circadian rhythm.
Circadian rhythm, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very important. Also, which is really, it's helping me. I don't know where I would be if I wasn't doing meditation. I don't even know where I would be right
Right,
now.
that's been
Because
a big help
that
for you.
helps so much. It has really been life-changing and it's changed my life. Have you ever done meditation or attempted to do it or
Some
dabbled?
dabbled
If
a
you will.
little bit with just like the kind of talking meditation apps during quarantine. It was find it helpful sometimes,
Yeah.
but didn't always get into it too much. But it definitely does help, and even like not just to get to sleep, but it's just cause that's not what it's meant for. It's just, you kind of refocus, and I found it helpful, but I haven't really got into it too much, too often.
Yeah, no, it's great. I've discovered the lift method meditation, and the premise behind it, the guy who created it figured out that he could make his brain feel like he's high, but he's not. It's like you feel like a complete natural high. And you can bring it on instantly. And I thought, he's crazy. There's no way. Like, how could you get to the point of instantly, like, turning it off and on?
Right.
But I'm there. Like, I have gotten to the point where I could close my eyes and instantly, we call it the lift. Like, you can instantly feel like the lift. It's the craziest thing.
Wow.
It's so crazy. But it just goes to show that your brain, like, you can like mold your mind to do whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah, it's very
Pretty
powerful,
amazing.
but if you can harness it even just a shred,
Yeah.
and for the good, because you always hear people like, oh, it's just your mind saying I can't run that extra mile, lift that extra weight, or even just do anything at all. And it's like, oh, it's my back hurts. Well, it's just in your mind. It's like, but to have that power to be able to harness it for good,
Yeah.
is,
I mean,
must be incredible.
look, when I started, I couldn't close my eyes for 5 minutes and not have my brain going like bananas, thinking of all the things. But he said something that really hit home with me. He said, acknowledge the thought and then let it go. And then once I started doing that, I could really get into it. So like I do my lift meditations in the morning, and like most of the time, like usually it's before anybody's up. I'm like alone, it's quiet, but like sometimes I'll be in the midst of my meditation and like I can hear Cole's alarm clock going off. But I don't know, somehow now I'm able to just like let it go, and it just does not disturb me at all. It's the craziest thing. I never thought that I would be able to achieve that, or achieve the, instantaneously bringing on this feeling.
Wow.
And it's something like you can use it as a tool anytime you're feeling anxious or anything. Like it just centers you like immediately. It's so crazy.
I'm gonna have to give that a try.
Check it out. It's called liftmethodmeditation.com, and they have been so kind to give us a coupon code, a discount code. Now, already it's super affordable because Tom McGreevy, the creator of the Lift Method, is a college professor, and he wanted to keep the price, first of all, affordable for college students, because that's what he works with every day.
Right.
So it's already extremely affordable, but, of course, who doesn't love a discount? They just redid the whole program. It's super cool. Check it out, liftmethodmeditation.com, and the code is WTF15 for 15% off. And, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's like a self-guided kind of thing, and you go at your own pace, but I'm telling you, like, it changed my life. It's amazing.
Wow.
I can't say enough good stuff
I'll
about
have to
it.
check it. I remember you mentioning it early on when the podcast started, and like your nerves about doing
Yes,
this.
about
and
doing
it
the
helped you with
show.
that, and I'm
I was drinking. I would have to like have a couple drinks every time, like before I came on air, and I was like, I can't continue to do
Right.
this is not okay.
yeah.
I didn't want to depend on alcohol to like calm my nerves so I could go
Right.
on and talk on the radio for an hour. Like,
Right.
that was crazy to me.
Yeah.
And it helped me. And then it got to the point where I would be like doing my lift meditation in the car out front before I came into the studio.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Now I don't have to do it, but I mean anything in life that aggravates me or, whatever, like after a trip to ShopRite where I'm always triggered, like I'll go home and do a little meditation,
I will have to check that out, and you should too.
You
That
definitely
coupon code
should.
And,
It's just made me a calmer, more zen version of me. I mean, I was already like laid back, but
yeah,
like
you're already laid back.
nothing really
But I know you
ruffles
do
my
have,
feathers
like,
these
the-
days. I do get a little anxiety
Yeah.
sometimes, but I mean, some people get crippling anxiety.
Yeah.
I think this would really help. I mean, I am anxious about like rodents, so
What was that?
shut up. Shut your mouth. Remember that time I had a mouse in the house and then like I packed up the kids and I like came to your house and stayed there?
Yeah, you moved out of the house.
I did. I moved. I was like, call me when it's gone. I can't live there.
And I was like,
Yeah, I lost my mind.
She's kidding. She's coming over. She's funny. She's just
I had like
Hey, I mean,
suitcases,
all
the
right.
pack and play.
more than welcome, of course, but I
Hoping.
didn't take it seriously.
Hoping I was just kidding. Hoping I was just being dramatic.
Yeah.
Joke's on you. So, what did you do this past weekend? You had a big weekend, right? Busy weekend?
This past weekend,
A
no.
big performance? Didn't you have like a big
Oh,
performance
my
at
goodness. I think I did a lot of
the
yard work.
the what was it? Christian Academy
Yes,
Fall
I'm gonna
Festival.
say United Christian Academy.
UCA, right? Had their big fall festival.
Yes, and it was a great event. Lots of vendors, great food there, and
So if you don't know, he's part of the cast of the sitcom Mama Rosalina.
yes,
That's still airing on CNJN. You can catch it there. And I think a new season is in the works.
yes.
So stay tuned.
Rumor
But
has
you
it.
did a performance of Mama Rosalina?
Yes, we did. There were, I think, 5 or 6 of us there from the cast of the sitcom. Some newer folks joining as well, and between seasons, we've been
On
doing
your hiatus? What do they call it?
Yes,
Do they call it hiatus?
Yes, very good. Yeah, my agent has been
You're
getting
doing
work
press
for
tours
me.
now while you're on hiatus.
Yes, so we were doing 2 little skits. We've been doing reels,
I
TikToks, so
love
short videos.
the reels that you guys are doing. They're so funny.
Yeah.
You should, if you're on TikTok, follow Mama Rosalina on TikTok. She's also on Instagram, and I guess are there Facebook reels too?
Yes, with
Follow
yeah.
Mama Rosalina. These little reels are hysterical.
They're little short sketches, and it's life lessons from Mama Rosalina.
Love
so
that.
her as the main character of the sitcom, she comes in and we present a little skit, and then Mama comes in with her words of wisdom, the lesson learned from this skit, and it's very funny, keeps us busy, and got that acting bug, so it kind of fulfills that. Every few weeks, get an email from the producer, Janine Verducci, with an opportunity. I'm like, whenever I can. Join in and do it. It's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
I know. She's reached out to me, but I can't do them. They usually film the reels on Wednesdays, and
Yes.
I'm here at the live, so I can't do that. But I told her, keep me in mind for anything else. It
Yeah.
is fun. It's so much fun doing that. That was a good time. What are you doing this weekend?
This weekend coming up, big road trip. Not a road trip, a trip.
A trip,
Yeah.
not a road trip, but a
'Cause
trip.
we're flying. We're going to Atlanta.
Now, what airline are you flying?
Frontier.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we flew Frontier one other time this
Was
past
it
March.
uneventful and unproblematic?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Love to hear that.
So hopefully this is the same, and we're going down just a kind of a long weekend trip. The highlight, the main reason is the world's second largest aquarium.
What's the world's first largest aquarium?
Not sure.
Is it not Baltimore?
It's not.
Ah.
And I asked myself that same question, and I did not have a chance to look it up or forgot about looking it up. Self. But it's in Atlanta, the second largest aquarium in the world. They have
Oh, in the world, not the U.S.
in the world.
In the world.
In the
Okay.
whole world. And they have whale sharks, I think 2, which they're big sharks.
First one's in captivity.
They must be, unless they were at the biggest one first, wherever that may be. Somebody look that up for us at home.
Yeah, Google that.
And so that's the highlight. There's also, there's a zoo down there. And they have, I think, the last population of pandas in this country. China has been recalling.
What?
or
What do you mean they're
reclaiming their-
recalling? They're taking back their pandas?
Yes.
China, that
Just
sucks.
today, I think it was today or yesterday, Washington, D.C., the Smithsonian Zoo, National Zoo, they had several pandas, 3 to 4, and they had a big program there with breeding in them and all that and studying them. They sent them all back. They had to go back to China.
China took their panda. That is so
Yeah.
freaking petty. I mean,
It's-
we're on the brink
I
of
think
war,
it's more-
and they're recalling their goddamn pandas.
I don't think it's a vendetta kind of move.
Don't you? That is absolute. What is it? It's so petty. Why else would they
I
call
don't
their?
know because I think it's been in the works for a while. It's not like we just, I don't know.
I'm sorry. That is fascinating and infuriating at the same time.
It is. But apparently Atlanta has the last pandas in the U.S.
Okay, so this is good. This kind of rolls into AITA. Am I the asshole?
Oh, what'd you do now? I mean,
Well, exactly.
what's
What did I do
what's
now?
this week's scenario?
All right, because in my mind, in this
Big,
bizarre,
big caveat.
in this bizarre noggin right here, like to me, a parade of any type, a firework display of any type,
You fogey.
a zoo of any type, and an aquarium. I feel like if you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah.
It's like, so I don't understand. I want to understand. Am I the asshole? And you can say, yeah. I mean,
Well,
I
that's a
don't-
little strong.
I don't dispute that.
I wouldn't call you an asshole. You're wrong.
Am I missing out?
You are.
What am I missing out on?
Well, with aquariums, I mean, definitely this one having a whale shark, you've no other chance to see it anywhere
I
else.
just saw, literally, just saw a video from Barnegat Bay where 2 whale sharks surfaced. I just saw it.
Were you down there
I just
witnessing
saw
it?
a video of it.
Oh, you saw a video.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's the same as seeing in person.
I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna like wave to, hey, take a picture with them. Like,
Just-
what am I gonna do? Seeing it in a box, floating in a box.
Well, it's not dead. Like, just shoot by here. Guys, you were a little
Oh,
late.
there goes the whale
You're
shark.
late.
Oh, look, there goes the whale shark again.
But the
Hey,
sh-
kids, the whale shark. Like, they just go in
Man.
circles.
What? No, but it's the
Oh, there's the whale shark.
in-person majesty of this giant creature.
The majesty.
And you're like, it's a fish.
I don't know. Is it? I think. I don't know. Maybe being out in the ocean and like seeing like the whales in front of you.
Would that be something you would be
That's
interested in seeing?
majestic. I have seen
Okay.
that. That's actually terrifying because you're like, oh my god, I'm in this boat and it's so minuscule compared
I've
to
seen
the
a video, not that
giant
bad.
whale.
No, yeah, that's right. Especially when the guy in the kayak or the woman in the kayak and a humpback whale just happens to be breaching at that time, not meaning that any harm at all, but they just come up and like knocks the kayak over. Like,
Scary as hell.
yeah.
You're out in the wild. But okay, I digress. So go back. So, hey kids, whale shark. Look at the whale shark. So, all right, you're going to see it in all its majesty.
Yes.
Okay.
And they actually shoot a show there, the aquarium,
Yeah.
Discovery Channel. It's at the Atlanta Zoo, and it's like the zoo, the Atlanta Aquarium. Sorry, and it's like a behind the scenes for animal lovers, etc. Very interesting, and that's where they shoot it, at this gigantic aquarium.
Okay. So, there is that show, I guess it's the Discovery Channel, about the zoo.
Yes.
What's that called? Do you know the name of that show? Haley, I know you got me watching it when I visited you.
It's not just called the zoo, is it?
I don't know what it's
Behind the
called,
zoo?
but it's like behind the scenes at the
Yes.
zoo. I'm not a crier at all.
What got you?
Everything, every episode of this show at the zoo that I watched, I mean, it was so dramatic. Every episode was like a life or death situation.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I cried every episode of this zoo show. I don't know what it's called, but wow.
It's fascinating
It was an
stuff.
emotional roller coaster.
Yeah. See? And you could be there live and see it and feel it.
Yeah, but you don't know the behind the scenes stories when you're walking through the aquarium.
You can
How?
ask the attendants
Ask them what?
anything about the animals. You ever been to the zoo, like in the primate house thing in the Philly Zoo?
Yeah.
They have volunteers there. Like,
Gorillas throw poo at the.
yes, gorillas throw poo. But they also
They all do the same
are
thing.
amazing creatures.
Yes,
and you ask
they
the
are.
volunteers, oh, well, this is so and so the ape, and that's their son, and they're from here. They're 8 years old. and
I've
just
never
tell
seen
them.
anybody at the zoo to ask questions
Because
to.
you went to one zoo and you think you saw them all, and you didn't see the person on a lunch break or something. But go back.
I've been on many
and
a
look
school
for
trips
volunteers. Well, that
to the zoo.
You should be watching the kids, and the kids don't care about any of the animals.
Look, I'm
at
trying to
this
keep a kid
environment.
out of the gorilla
Exactly.
display.
You're not worrying about Sabu and his son over there flinging poo.
What was the name of the gorilla that the kid fell into the exhibit?
Oh,
Harambe.
Harambe.
They killed Harambe.
what was the thing?
Harambe.
Yeah, but what was the saying?
I don't know.
Save
There was a
Harambe?
saying.
R.I.P. Harambe? Is it something viral?
I don't know. We'll have
I
to.
don't know.
If you know what that is, let us know. I totally lost my train of thought. I was just talking
Crapping on fireworks, too. You don't like fireworks? I mean, you don't get, like, feeling the explosion, and if you hear the music, depending where you're sitting, it does nothing for you? Nothing at all.
I mean, what music are we listening to?
It could be anything, usually, because they're 4th of July. It's some patriotic stuff, some Philip Sousa marches.
What? Who?
Sousa, the king of the march.
King of what march? I don't even know.
Marching music.
What do you? I don't
John
even know
Philip
what you're talking
Sousa.
about. Okay.
Yeah, he was the king of the march.
Okay.
Look that
Good
up.
to know. The more you know.
And a lot of the song, like the hymns of the armed forces, I think he wrote, or they're like in his style.
So,
just
all right, that
the
ties
Grand March.
in more with the parade. I just don't understand the concept of a parade.
A sense of community. The fire engines come on by and they honk the horn. You're like, oh my God, that's awesome.
Oh, they're waving at me.
Yeah, look how shiny that truck is.
What's wrong with me? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
So
they can be
fireworks.
boring, but
Let's talk about the fireworks. All right, they're like 15 minutes max.
yeah.
All right, most of the time you don't hear any music. I mean, I did have a fun time. We did go one year to the park where they had the band and the whole thing on 4th of July. It's like
Yes.
you make a whole day out of it.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was like a whole day kind of thing. But I guess I don't get like, oh my God, all right, hurry up. We got to get to the fireworks. And you rush there and the display is over in like 15 minutes. And I mean, they all look the same.
So
Finales. And then you're in traffic for an hour trying to get home now. Like the whole thing.
Yeah, so there's definitely some inherent problems with a fireworks display. They're bigger, more popular. Veterans Park, you can't get anywhere in there, like around there to park and to get out. It's a hassle. It can be. But if you find a right spot, like the one year we sat behind Grace on those fields there, had a good view of it, kind of out of the way, you can kind of sneak out of the traffic and get home on your way. You do have to kind of weigh the pros and cons, like not like each event, but like, oh yeah, if they're starting in 10 minutes and we didn't leave the house yet, well, skip it,
I
Or,
know.
no, it's good, it's so crowded there, if we can get a good spot here, if not, it's not worth it. Yes, you have to weigh the value of going, like, is it worth it?
I
But,
did used to love a good firework display. I think I'm jaded by the traffic leaving the firework display. I'm like, this
when
is
did your
not
heart
even worth
freeze
it.
over, approximately, if you could guess?
I don't know. I mean, I did drag everybody. Did I drag you to the 4th of July fireworks?
No.
Who did
Thanks
I
for
drag with me?
doing
The
that.
kids. Who the hell was with me?
This past 4th of July?
Yeah. It was, I think it was the Ranger. Jason Moore. Me, Cole, Jason Moore, and his daughters.
The Veterans Park?
We went to the school behind it, went in the back road, did the whole thing. Cole, lost money out of his pocket. So we were, searching in the dark for that. I mean, it was just so quick. It was, so much effort for,
Yeah.
just 10 minutes.
That's the thing.
It was all right.
And especially the Veterans Park one, and it's a great show they put on every year, but there's only a few spots. If you're not in the park already, we know a few of the good spots to get to, and if you can't get there, yeah, I'll bag it. I'm like, no, it's not worth it. As much as I love it, but I wouldn't crap on any fireworks display. I'll watch them on TV, for Christ's sake. It's been a while, but 4th of July, they have the Philadelphia has them, and they'll do the show from the Capitol, in D.C., and have the fireworks, and I'll just it's
Well,
fun to
one
watch.
parade that I would do, I don't know, a local parade. Who am I going to see at a local parade?
So there's in Hamilton there's the Memorial Day parade. There's 2 of them, and the St. Patrick's Day parade.
You love a parade.
I
So does
love
your
a parade.
sister. Your sister loves a parade
Yes.
and an aquarium and a zoo.
Yes.
Oh, and she loves a museum of any
She
sort.
does. She does. The Aerospace Museum in New Hampshire. What does she do?
Anywhere
Anywhere
any
she
museum, like a bookbinding museum, quilting museum. If there's a museum, she's going.
Yeah.
God bless her.
And even not if she's she doesn't have to be into the subject matter.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Anywhere she is,
Oh, I'd love to learn about this.
she will get the pamphlet. She'll go get a pamphlet from somewhere, and for all the things to do. And if there's a museum nearby, she's going.
there.
And she gets mad at me because I don't want to go. Wait, we went. There's the Challenger. No, the Krista McAuliffe Museum,
Oh, okay.
somewhere in New Hampshire. and she wanted to go to that. And she was like, why don't you want to go? Why don't I want to go? It was such a traumatic experience being in 4th grade watching the Challenger explode. Now I don't want to relive it.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I was like, no,
I'd be
I'm
interested
good.
to see how they, what they talk about and show in that museum. But
I want to see it. I lived it.
I was there.
I was there, witnessed it. But I mean, there's museums. Like we're going to the Berkshires in the winter. There's a Norman Rockwell museum there. Like that I would go to. I want to,
Okay.
like, I actually want to go to that museum. But like, I don't want to go to like a museum just for the sake of going to like I don't know. There's also like a Shaker Town museum. Like I don't.
Like that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
Great museum. I went to over the summer with your son, my nephew Noah, on our way to the shark diving expedition. Check that back episode. We stopped at the Teddy Roosevelt Museum. It's his home in Oyster Bay, Long Island, home of Billy Joel as well. And the giant house that he had built, and you had to have tickets to get in there. And we didn't have tickets. We didn't know we
Wait,
had
the
to have
house,
tickets.
Billy Joel's house?
No, that was a side note.
Oh, okay.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt's house. All right. Sorry. I'm not following.
My fault. No.
No. It's me. I'm the asshole. It's me.
So we didn't have tickets to get into the big house museum, which was kind of good because it's old. There's no air conditioning, and it was kind of warm that day. So they were warning people. We heard the little spiel outside. They're like, you can listen to this part, but you can't come in.
You might
And we're
pass
like,
out.
Okay, good. Yeah. They're like, people have passed out before. And I was looking around. I'm like, it was a much older group that was actually going in. I'm like, they might have a problem today.
Oh, jeez.
But then we went to this other little house. It
Crisis
was-
averted?
Yes.
Okay.
His son's house / museum. So I'm like, oh, what is this? It was an amazing museum, Teddy Roosevelt. And we all know, like, we know who he is as a president and, like, some of his background, and he did some good things, right? You just know positive things about Teddy Roosevelt. At the very least, right, people know that. He did so much stuff. From when he was born, this museum, the first, like, several walls around there with, and just wall to wall, everything, like, stories about him decades before he was president. He did amazing things from
It
a
was
child.
Fascinating.
Yes, he saw President Lincoln's like funeral procession in New York City. He was there, like, oh, he was in that window right there, like that was the family
How do they
house.
know?
That was the family's house, and
Okay.
it was documented that he watched it, and
Okay.
it would have been that window or that window.
Okay. So I am the asshole.
Yeah,
In this
you
case.
kind of.
Listen, I want you to comment, am I the asshole? Because I think that parades, fireworks, zoos and museums, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Comment, let me know. I would like
Yeah.
I would like your input.
And please differentiate if you feel there is a difference of you're wrong but not an asshole, or you are an asshole. Because I would like to kind of see the breakdown of that. Because I'm
Is there
saying,
a
like, you're
breakdown?
wrong, but I wouldn't call you an asshole for that.
I mean, I guess I would give it a shot. I mean, I'm sure I will go to a zoo, an aquarium, see another fireworks display, and I'm sure I'll attend a parade at some point.
Yeah, not even the St. Patrick's Day parade. The bagpipes.
No,
pipe
it
and
does
drum.
nothing for me. It's like the whole getting there, then the traffic, and like the whole, it's like just not worth my time, I feel like, I guess.
Well, this coming St. Patrick's Day, come over to the house. We'll walk down.
Well,
for
all
the
right,
St.
that's
Patrick's Day
different. Like
parade.
you're now on the parade route. That's a different story.
Well, one of the last times I went, when Serafina was young, St. Patrick's Day parade in Hamilton, got there like early, like parked in the bank on the corner, or no, it was where the Wawa is now. We got in there early, like the old car lot, it was closed. Kind of snuck in there and like super early to get a parking spot and then find a spot on the street. So it is some effort.
It's like so much planning, and I'm not sure for what. What are we doing?
But you, because it's fun.
What is fun about it? You sit there and you watch people walk by and they wave to you.
You
Like
hear
what
the
is
music.
what is fun
Again,
about
the
that?
fire trucks, bright and shiny, honking their horn.
Are you 5?
Is there a problem if I was? A little part of me is still 5.
Aw, I love that. Oh, that's sweet.
The lights going, and because any other time you see a fire engine like on the street, lights on, like something's wrong.
Get out of the way.
This is a good-
This is a happy occasion.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
exactly.
I get it. We took Cole like when he was a baby. There's just so much planning to it, and you got to get there early, and you can't park here, and you can't park there, and da 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 da. So yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just my
Got a little-
cold heart.
Yeah, a little bah humbug in you, all year round. Not seasonally exclusive.
But I'm a happy person. I'm not.
You are, and that's I think one of the biggest surprises to me. Like, why do you feel this way? You're not bah humbug about anything, except zoos, parades, fireworks, aquariums, museums.
No, I like a museum, but I'm not going to go to just any museum just to go to a museum. Like, it's got to be something that I'm interested in. Like, I want to go to the Smithsonian. Definitely. I know, like, that would be interesting to me. I do like the Franklin Institute. I like their special exhibits. They always
Yes.
have, like, the coolest exhibits. So,
Yeah.
like, I enjoy that. But, like I said, like, the bookbinding museum in New Hampshire, like, I really, I feel like it has nothing to offer.
Yeah, that could be a pass. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta be selective.
hear that, yeah.
I just feel like, time is such a commodity and it's something that you can't get back. And now I'm at the point where if I don't want to do something, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it.
True.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
you have to
very
be
selective.
Judicious with.
Yeah.
that.
I'm a lot more selective with the way I spend my time these days.
Right.
Because I feel like the older I get, the faster it's going.
Yeah, but you also have to make time to like slow down and to enrich yourself.
Good point. Look at
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, I got something going
I like
on.
that. Well, I'm going to slow down this weekend and slow my roll in Atlantic City and
Yeah. Oh.
have a spa day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I like.
That's
That's
what
what
I
I
do.
like to do with my time.
You seen one spa? You seen them all?
Nope.
Oh, a hot stone. Oh, okay. Snore.
Yeah, that's how I like to spend my time, in a casino and the spa, I guess.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not to each his own. You know
Exactly.
what? That's what makes the world go round.
Exactly. And honestly, that is what I think a lot of people lack, that mindset, to each his own. Someone's
Right,
always like, well, my favorite thing is this. This is the best thing, and that's the best. It's your favorite thing. It's not mine.
Enjoy.
Shut
Don't
up
get
about
mad.
it.
Don't get mad if I don't go,
Right.
though.
We could
I
talk
don't like
about it.
I would love to talk about it. Tell me all about it.
Right.
And when you come back from the aquarium, I want to hear all about your trip. How were the whale sharks? How big were they? How many times did they circle the little tank? No, but I really do. I do want to hear all about it. Frankly, I might even Google what's the largest aquarium in the world, since this is the second.
I will have that answer for you next time I'm on.
All right, so
for
now
sure.
what else are you doing?
There is the zoo down there. There's also
Aquarium and a zoo. I mean,
Yeah,
if
to
you could
yourself.
catch a parade and a firework display, I mean,
I can't guarantee those, but there's a couple other museums that we're going to go to.
so you could hit a trifecta.
Yes.
I'm
So
always talking about gambling. What's wrong with me?
there is the National Civil Rights Museum,
Okay.
and then separate from that is the MLK, I guess, museum. It's the church, Ebenezer Baptist Church.
Yeah.
That's on the ground. It's some like dozens of acres large is this park, and it looks fascinating, and definitely we're gonna get to see that, and that should round out the trip. And the Coca-Cola Museum. That's in Atlanta.
See, that sounds fun. I would do a Coca-Cola museum.
Right? Interesting subject matter, museum / giant commercial, but that should be fun.
Remember, Mommy and Daddy took us to Busch Gardens, and we did like the brewery tour.
Brewery tour.
Why did they take us to the brewery?
I don't know,
So funny.
because they didn't even drink.
They didn't even drink, and we were kids. I don't know.
This
The
was
whole
just
thing was
something to
weird.
get out of the heat.
Oh,
what it
that's
was.
right. It was
we
like
went to Virginia in
120
August.
degrees.
Oh, Daddy
was
almost
hot.
passed out. We had to leave him on a bench to sit. Right, and we went on.
All right, let's not. Now we're getting our childhood traumas. We don't want to air that dirty laundry. All right. On that note, that wraps up the show. Do we have time for flavor of the week? Do you want to do flavor of the week? I will do flavor of the week, and then we'll wrap it up. I got to tell you, I'm still recovering from last week's flavor of the week. Last week we did what did we do?
There we go.
We did an assortment of freeze-dried candies from Sweetie Treaty Co.
I heard about that.
They were,
Sweetie.
we had so many with such an assortment. I bought the big mystery package. And we had, I don't know, about 15 different kinds. We tried them all. We weren't going to, but we got carried away.
Okay.
So between the sugar and I drank the whole latte that Adam brought me, I was up.
That's a lot.
I was up all night. I'm not even kidding. All night. I was, scrolling away. I look at the clock. It was 5 a.m.
What?
Yes, I was so wired. And then I think I slept the whole next day. It was crazy. Anyway,
Sugar's like crack.
Yeah.
yeah. Between the sugar and the caffeine, 5 a.m. I was still awake and no signs
show.
of going to sleep. I didn't know caffeine could affect me. Well, I guess the sugar too. I mean, I don't know. I don't eat a lot of sugar, and that was a lot of sugar. All right, we have more sugar today. We need healthy snacks.
We're gonna work on that.
Just like, thought I was gonna spill this bag everywhere. We have cookie popcorn, Oreo, made with real Oreo cookie pieces. Why is it orange?
Why is it orange?
I just
Halloween
said the
drizzle.
same
Halloween
thing.
themed.
That's like a drizzle.
Yeah, it's got to be a
Why?
little
We don't-
chocolate.
I don't know why they're putting the drizzle on there, but all right.
It's a drizzle.
You know I love me some popcorn. I don't see much Oreo.
Rube?
Oh, thank you.
It smells good.
Okay.
It smells good.
Smells very Oreo.
All right,
Yep.
let's go in. ASMR.
Take some popcorn.
There's no Oreo flavor.
Not getting Oreo.
No.
Very little.
Nope.
All right, on a 0 to 10, what do you rate it?
No.
I mean, it's not bad, but
No.
for supposed to be Oreo, 4.
4, I give it a 0. It has
Oh.
0 Oreo taste to it. All I taste is like a sweetness and like, it's just like it tastes like a kettle corn with
Yeah, that's.
Oreo cookie pieces. It's not even as good as the kettle corn
No.
that you would get at like a
Because
I'll
it's
go-
not that caramelized
Fair or
sweetness.
something.
It's
Right,
like
right, right.
White chocolate.
I'll give it a 4 too, because it's not terrible. No, and it is. I mean, there's a flavor there, but it's not strong. It's a weak flavor.
so weak.
And there's no real, but it's not. It's like something like if you want to like a little snack on or something like that. I wouldn't mind munching
Right.
on it.
It
No,
will
but
definitely
it
hit,
won't be
hit,
my-
hit
it
the
won't be my
spot.
go-to. Yeah.
Right. And especially like if this was like in a little like mom and pop candy shop and they had like, oh, this
Yeah.
chocolate or popcorn. Sure, delicious. But you mark it as Oreo, it's not coming with enough
No
Oreo
Oreo.
for me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sorry. Sorry, Cookie
You guys-
Pop.
Yeah.
You
Fail.
but you failed on this one here.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even. It's like a dusting. Now that I'm looking at it,
Yeah, it's very light on
it's
the
a
Oreo.
dusting of Oreos.
We got so carried away last week, we didn't even rate any of the candies that we tried from Sweetie Treaty Co.
Oh yeah.
They were
think we
so
skipped
good,
it.
though. We did skip it because we got carried away and we got greedy and we opened every damn bag that we had. But they were so good. We had Skittles, Starburst, Charleston Chews, Snickers, M&Ms,
What was the other one? The other one was
so many. Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers.
Yes.
Now laters. I think.
I loved everything about it.
There's
like-
a few I didn't like. I tell you,
What didn't you like?
I didn't like the ring.
The
orange.
peach ring?
Yeah, the peach ring.
Oh, that was so good.
No, I didn't like that.
It was
So how does a Jolly Rancher dry freeze? Does it still have that same freeze dried?
It's everything becomes
Crunch?
crunchy. And like I love like a crunch. Like I hate like the texture of like sticky candy sticking to your teeth.
Yeah.
Like I hate that. But you get all the flavor and like it's a crunchy texture. It's actually like makes crumbs. It's actually messy. That if I could say that's like the one negative about it, like it's like crumbs everywhere.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like fluffy candy, especially like
Right.
if you don't have teeth.
Right. It, like it melts in your mouth. You have to try it. Like it's a fun novelty. Like
Yes.
order some stuff from sweetietreatyco.com. I mean, it's fun. Like I wouldn't buy it and like regularly keep it in the house,
Right.
but like it's fun for like I'll probably put it in the kids' stockings for Christmas
Nice little
or like
novelty
like
kinda.
bust it out at a party or something.
You know-
It's like fun.
You
It's
know,
a
the
novelty.
candy, I was like, I know I'm a little early on this. I was going to talk about it probably in December, but since you brought up the hard candy, you know, the hard candy I hate. You heard that hard candy you get around Christmas time that comes in a container.
The
and
ribbon candy?
The ribbon candy. Yeah,
Oh,
it just sticks together.
yes.
Oh my God, like,
See, I like some of
Well,
those.
you like peas.
Yeah,
You like
Oh,
those?
yeah.
they just stick to your teeth. Oh,
And then you try to just get one little piece off, and you can't.
Yeah, and they have these little like candy sticks filled with peanuts,
Peanuts?
crushed
Oh, yeah.
peanuts.
So you gotta use
It's not
the
quite peanut
sauce
butter,
cut it.
but yeah, yeah,
a what? A candy stick filled with peanut butter?
yeah. It's like the shape of like a Mike and Ike, like a big.
Oh,
Oh.
excuse me.
Wow.
My hiccups. Wait, little known fact.
Let's see what you're drinking over here, Tracy.
It's just
Yeah.
Saratoga sparkling
Saratoga
spring water.
Waters
Water.
in quotes there. Water.
Listen, this is a little known fact, but I get the hiccups every single day.
I knew that.
You knew that.
Yeah.
You know that, right? But this is the first time I've ever had them on the air.
Really?
It's never happened before. I know, which is a miracle in itself. Like I get them multiple
Consider
times a day.
yourselves lucky.
Yeah, you don't have
Except
to
for
hear me
today.
hiccup. So I can't believe it's finally taken this long, but it happened.
Smells tough.
Oh,
But I saw those freeze dried candies on TikTok,
yeah.
and the beginning of the video was just this tray of at the end up being Skittles, but all these candy pieces, and they were just
yeah.
like, I'm like, what,
All over the place.
are they cooking? Like, what are they doing? So I had to watch, and then people were, like, oh, this is delicious. I'm like, what did they do? And then the guy's throwing in this machine. I'm like, oh, it's freeze dried. I'm like, that looks fascinating.
I did Google the difference between freeze dried and dehydrated, and I forget what the science was behind it, but there is like a difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, because it looked like they were dehydrated, but then again, I don't think dehydration makes things fluffy.
Right. I think that's the speed of the freeze dried.
Yeah.
Somehow
I thought about
does
that.
So cool though. I mean, 10 out of 10. I liked all of them. I liked everything that we tried. I love like the crunchy.
Did the whole
texture of
panel
it.
like everything too? Was
No,
it unanimous? No.
No.
I liked most of it. Most of it. Yeah, that sounds good. It was just the peach rings. It was hard to get used to.
I
and-
liked it. I see. I would never.
And the blue balls.
I would never eat a regular
I don't
peach
know what
ring.
they were, but they were blue.
I think it was cotton candy.
Call it as you see it. That's fine.
I think it was. They were blue balls. I think it was.
The gumballs?
No,
it's like
I think it was
cotton
cotton candy.
Yeah,
Like
I
actual-
agree. I think it was
Actual cotton
freeze-dried
candy?
Cotton candy.
Like blueberry flavor cotton
Something
candy.
like
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like- but I've never been a fan of blueberry.
I've never been a fan of cotton candy. Gross.
Oh, yeah.
How do people eat cotton candy?
What
You
is
love
wrong
cotton
with
candy?
you?
He's
Yes.
like, what is wrong?
I
You
always like-
monster.
I never liked the blue one. I always liked the pink one. That's got like that cherry flavor
Yes.
to it. I like that cherry.
We were at the Bordentown Street Fair, the Cranberry Festival, and the little candy shop in town, they were doing cotton candy, like right there making it.
Yeah.
But we walked up to it, and the box and the stuff, it was orange flavored.
I've never heard of that.
No, and I didn't think it would be good, so we didn't buy cotton candy because it's orange flavored. Like I like orange flavored stuff, but
They didn't
I
give
don't
you a
think cotton
sample?
candy- No, we thought about like they're not going to do a sample like one
Why
little
not?
swirl.
Why not?
I
Yes.
don't know.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's just a little tiny little swirl.
Cotton
You
candy
gave him
hurts
10
my
cents.
teeth. It's straight up sugar.
Hurts your teeth.
It's
It is.
it's
It is
straight up
sugar.
whipped sugar. Like,
It's
I-
like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I mean it's not
Kool-Aid.
They're not hiding that fact. It's just
oh, it hurts my teeth thinking about it.
just pulling off a
There's
little
probably
puffs and
there's probably just as much sugar in cotton candy as the candy that you ate.
Oh my God, I consumed more sugar that night than I have probably in an entire year.
You're probably home scrubbing your teeth like.
Yep. All right. Well,
But that was delicious though.
that's gonna wrap it up for us.
Okay, you're
Don't
good.
get the cookie pop Oreo.
no save
Do
the-
get the Sweetie Treaty freeze dried candies, and
Sweetie treaty.
do go to Hamalatte and get yourself
Oh yes.
a cinnamon toast crunch latte,
Okay.
the pistachio.
And
is
a
highly
strawberry crumb
recommended.
cake.
Oh, a strawberry crumb
strawberry?
cake.
Yeah,
All right,
he
you
had a
heard it here
strawberry
first.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep you guys.
No, no.
But he had a Hamilton latte, right?
Hamalatte.
Hamilton latte. Go to Hamilton latte,
Hama latte.
Hama latte.
Hama latte.
It's like, well, I had the it was a coffee cake with kind of like a strawberry strudel layer in it, and it was really good. And I think it would even taste better if it was heated versus whole. But it was still good. I thought it was really delicious, and it was actually not bad. I think it was like $3.
Yeah, I didn't get anything,
was
but
like-
they have a case of like all their
things.
pastries. Everything looks amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I might have to go there tomorrow.
It was amazing.
definitely go there.
And before we go, I got a little challenge for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you say this 5 times fast?
Hama latte?
No, no. No, I haven't let that one. Hama latte. Can you say wee woo 5 times fast?
Wee woo,
Yeah.
wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Why is it so funny?
It's like a police car coming, right?
Yeah. I was waiting for is this a joke?
On that note, we've got to go.
Bye,
Don't
everybody.
cancel us. As a matter of fact, if you've stuck around this far, like, subscribe, give us a follow, and comment. Let me know, am I the asshole? Because I think, you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah.
Parades, fireworks, aquariums, and zoos. Let me
And
know.
cotton candy.
And who likes cotton candy? Ew.
Everyone.
Nobody. And does anybody buy a candy bar? Just go into a store and just buy a candy bar?
Like a bar of candy?
Yeah, who buys candy bars?
Yeah, I do sometimes.
Yeah.
At Wawa?
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, somebody does. They're
Well,
they're
peanut butter
still selling
cups.
them.
Does that count as a...
Specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that.
I love the peanut butter, and I can't love a lot of the candies, but gotta go Reese's.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, high five, bro. Good show.
Thank you.